All right, so good afternoon and good evening. And if you're up very early on Saturday morning in the Pacific Rim, welcome. So I am Bruce Carnahan, aka the guy in the blue shirt, and I am honored to be a brand ambassador to Rever. So this show today is brought to you by Rever. And if you want to learn more about what Rever does, you can go to reverstream.com. So it's Fabulous Friday, and I have a wonderful guest today, and her name is Gracie Ruth. And look, she wore a fascinator for our Friday Live. Hello, Gracie.
Hello, Bruce. Happy Friday.
Yes, indeed, indeed. So tell us a little bit about where you're based and what you're going to talk to us about today on our live conversation.
I am based in Alhambra, California, and I am a LinkedIn um, strategist. I create content for my clients and I help them connect with ideal clients. And,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm happy to be here on a Friday afternoon
With
or
your
late afternoon.
Yeah, well, you're a fabulous fascinator. I love it so much. Brings a little color to the show. So thank
Yeah,
you.
I thought I put some extra fun to
Some
the
extra whoosh to the conversation today, huh?
yes.
Well, also you forgot to say that before we went into COVID guidelines, you're actually a LinkedIn local leader as well. So why don't you talk a little bit about that, and then we'll exchange some ideas around what we see going on and some tips for other people.
That's right. Well, I got excited. That's why I forgot to mention. Yes, I am the official local LinkedIn local Pasadena host, and
Mm-hmm.
my first and my very first LinkedIn local for 2020 face to face, event was on February 20th, 2020. So how funny, it was 2020, and that was my first and last one for the year face to face. But it was an amazing event because I was able to invite a lot of people. A lot of people came to the event. They got to get to know each other. They got to listen to you and to our amazing speaker, and it's an event like no other event. Um, I was really proud of it and very happy to have everyone there. And then I went to yours, which was the following Thursday, which is also an amazing event.
Yeah, that's right. So I got the bug from going to LinkedIn locals, and which were originally face-to-face events, and we'll talk about what we're doing right now instead. So, and our common ground is we both met through a gentleman called Patrick Ward in the LinkedIn local Los Angeles, and so yeah, having went to your LinkedIn local Pasadena, then I got the bug and decided to do a LinkedIn local Santa Clarita. And like you, Gracie, I managed to get one event under our belt, and then we were hit with the COVID guidelines. So disappointing, but it was fun. And so what I'm very proud of is the fact that we've learned to adapt, and it's not been easy for any of us. So adapting to doing LinkedIn local virtuals now is something that we've done. So we'll come back to that. So you and I are all about meaningful connections and using LinkedIn to make connections, but then we like to go, as I say, linked off with people. So why don't you talk a little bit about some of the things that you've done there, Gracie, where you connect and then do activities outside of LinkedIn.
Yes, I connect with like-minded people, entrepreneurs, people who are looking to build relationships, because the bottom line is to build relationships. It's not about I have an X, Y, and Z product, I want to sell it to you. It's about building relationships and meaningful relationships, not just collecting business cards or collecting connections. You can have 10 million connections or 10 million business cards, but that doesn't mean anything if if you don't know them face to face, if you don't know them outside the platform. So I always try to meet them outside for a one-on-one virtual tea. Prior to COVID, I used to meet them in person for coffee and have a good time and get to know them, feel the energy of the person. But now it's meeting via Zoom outside the platform to get to know the person. What are they about? What are their passions? And it
Hmm.
could be passion in their business, or passion in life, or passion with their families, or just get to know them as a genuinely get to know them as a person.
Right. Yeah. So that word meaningful connection is really important for me, and I know it is for you. So I see a lot of people talking about what I call click relationships. So it's kind of click, connect, and just they become a number. Whereas for me, the difference is a meaningful connection is somebody that you have common ground with, and you also find out what their why is, and why do they like to do what they like to do, and also find out, like you said, a little bit about their energy and how they go about building relationships and how they go about doing business with people. So that's the difference to me. So it's about click, connect, and then collaborate. I think for me, the difference with a meaningful connection is that you're going to at some point collaborate with them. So
Right. And now that you mentioned that, our why, what is our why? Why we
mhm,
started this business? Most of us have a previous career life. Like, we used to do something else prior to our current business. Like, I was in real estate for many years, and I can connect with other people who are in real estate right now, and also connect with, you have something in common, so that's something to talk about. And last time when we hosted a LinkedIn local, one of the attendees mentioned, how do I get people to connect outside? But first,
mhm,
you have to find out what you have in common, and show genuine interest. Oh, you have X, Y, and Z passion for, for life, or for business, or for music. I also like X type of music.
right. Yeah, so I know that you and I think the same way in this way. A great simple way to get to know people is actually watch what they post and engage in their posts, and try and add meaningful added comments to their posts. Don't just hit, even though we've got more than a like button now, we've got the extra emojis, which are kind of cool. I love using the extra emojis. But yeah, take that few seconds to just add something to what they post, because as most people will know, it takes a lot of effort to create content and post content that hopefully is valuable to somebody out there. So,
Right, and just putting a like is not a conversation. You
right,
gotta, if they're posting something about the environment, then put your 2 cents. Oh yes, I also notice X, Y, and Z that's hurting, or X, Y, and Z that's helping the environment.
right, sure. So that's part of that collaboration. So after the click and connect, yeah, the collaboration is really key. And I don't know about you, Gracie, but the more I try to connect in a collaborative way, the more I learn myself. So,
Oh yes, I learn something new every time I see your guests. Like the other day, you had Dr. Deidre, and
mhm,
she talked about going outside, getting sun,
mhm.
moving. We were born to move, so moving, and we need sun, but we just not don't just sit there and wait for the sun to hit you. Move around, do something.
Yeah, I love that. Born to move. We forget that we are born to move. We're engineered to move around, right?
Right, right. So I
Yeah.
always learn something from people I connect with, people I talk to.
Yeah, absolutely. So you and I have talked about this before. A lot of people don't. I mean, my belief about LinkedIn is it's a platform with kind of three pillars, or it's like a three-legged stool. And the reason I come back here every day is to either learn or to grow or to prosper. So we always talk about learn, prosper, grow in any of our LinkedIn virtual events or LinkedIn in-person events as well.
Right, right. That's what I liked about the LinkedIn local events, because it's not a place to get together and just talk in little groups. We all participate, we all engage, and we all learn from the speaker.
Right, absolutely. So, talking and learning, before we came on live, we were just talking a little bit about the new feature on LinkedIn, which is LinkedIn Stories. So, why don't you help us learn a little bit about LinkedIn Stories, Gracie, because I
Yes.
know you're a user.
And the amazing thing is that not a lot of people know how to use it, and other people don't even know that exists.
Mm-hmm.
And the ones that have seen, that have heard of it, they haven't used it because they don't know what to post. But it's something as simple as saying Happy Friday. It doesn't have to be a complete personal story, just greeting
Uh-huh.
someone. And in your app,
Uh-huh. It
you
has to be on a mobile, right?
it has to be on your mobile. You see all the little faces.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you see all the little faces at the top
Oh, okay.
of our homepage. So you just click. Oh, see, there's yours.
Ah, how about that? Just by chance.
So so people share different things. They could share what they're doing.
Mm-hmm.
They could share that they're having a great time. They're meditating. They're doing something fun. So it's just another way to so people can get to know you and
Oh, okay.
build the know, like, and trust factors. Because the more people see you, the more they learn about you, and they will um, connect with you, like, oh, so and so is doing X, Y, and Z. Or like you have your simple, faster, better. The more you explain that, the more people connect with you, and eventually they will because they will find that you can help them solve a problem of having too much going on, spending too much time on a process. You can help them with that. So the more they see you, the more they see how you can help people, they will connect with you, and eventually they will say, hey, Bruce, I have this process that I would love for you to help me to make it simple, faster,
Yeah.
and better.
Yeah, so what I find with that, Gracie, is that, a little self plug is that most problems that people have fall into either reducing or eliminating process steps, time, and money from their, whether it's individually or a department or a big company. So it can be anything. So back to the stories. Yeah, it is a new feature. It's available just on a smart device, not on a desktop, right?
Right, only on the mobile device.
On the mobile device. Okay. And I think, isn't there a time limit to what you can post? Is it?
It's 10 seconds, so you can put as many, you can put 5, 10 of them. But so since each story is 10 seconds, so make sure you share the best value that you can share.
Okay, cool. So it's, I think it was, wasn't there stories on Instagram at one time, and that's what they've modeled it from?
Right, but Instagram is a different platform. It's for a different type of clients, different type of people. and
Sure.
and they could share there from what they're eating, what type of shoes they're wearing. It's different. So LinkedIn is more business like, it's more business oriented, it's more career oriented. So you can share tips, you can share your what you're doing as your morning routine or your evening routine, or sharing something of value, sharing who you are as a person. And it's all with the main purpose to show to show the know, like, and trust factors.
Yeah, that's really cool. So while we're talking about know, like, and trust, I'm not seeing any comments, but hopefully we are actually live. So anyway, if there are people watching and you want to make a comment or just let us know where you're watching from, that would be great.
Yeah, we are live. I see
Oh,
it.
Awesome. Okay, great. Just wanted to double check. We're live with Rever, so that's good. So, Gracie, let's talk a little bit about our next upcoming event, which you and I co-host. We're actually doing a LinkedIn local virtual, and it's on November the 19th. So let's talk a little bit about that and
Right.
who
Uh,
it's aimed for.
Yes, one of the things that I miss a lot is miss connecting face to face, meeting face to face, and hugging my friends. So the other best way to do it and to still keep in touch is via Zoom. That's why you and I are co-hosting the LinkedIn local, and each event has a different guest that will share something of value, something that makes us think, something that will help us learn, prosper, and grow. And I'm excited about our new speaker for November 19th because she's going to help us how to set the table the right way. What is the proper etiquette? And
Mm-hmm.
most of us don't think of that. Most of us are not very aware of what is the proper way, the proper etiquette. So I'm excited to have her because she's going to show us exactly what is the right way, the proper etiquette.
Right. Yeah. So she's going to be on, and it's going to be at 6:30 on Thursday, 6:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. It is ideally aimed for our Southern California connections, either existing connections or people that want to join our LinkedIn local experience, as it were. And so I know you'll be putting out more information about the November 19th and also revealing, we should keep our guests a secret for a little bit until we do the reveal, right?
Right, right. When we do the the grand opening advertisement to talk.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, she is going to be a great resource to learn from. It's somebody that I've watched for a while on LinkedIn, and I've engaged in her content before, and she's very proficient at what she does. That's for sure.
Yes, very proficient, very proper. I like
Very.
that. Yes, yes. So if there's someone who knows how to, I have heard that in the the royals in London, they don't eat until the queen sits at the table, and if she finished before, then everybody has to stop. So uh, it's not going to be quite as as extreme as that, but she's going to
Right.
show us the proper way to the proper etiquette to set the table and to eat and when
Right.
it's the time
Yeah.
to start.
I think she's going to give us some tips as well, and ideally, she's going to come up with some tips, kind of around the Thanksgiving theme, which will be kind of interesting as well. So we're hoping for a fun time. And
Right. And also it's a time to be thankful and grateful. We can share why we are grateful, It could be as easy as we're grateful that 2020 is almost over.
yeah, it will be like 5 weeks away from being over, or 6 weeks from being over at that point in time. So yeah, I'm sure everyone will be sighing a big breath of release to get 2020 out of the way for sure.
Yes.
So, what's one other kind of tip for learning in terms of keeping connections and building more meaningful connections, Gracie, that you see?
Uh, when you send a connection request, always say why you want to connect.
Right.
I see that you and I have 5 or 10 or even 2 connections in common, and one of them is a close friend of mine, or we have X, Y, and Z in common. I like to connect with you. You know, give a good reason why you want to connect with this person instead of just
Mm-hmm.
hey, I have this wonderful product that I know you want to buy, and put yourself in the shoes of the other person. Do I really want to buy your product? I don't even know your name.
Right. Well, I don't know about you, Gracie, but I try and do a little bit of research on somebody that I might reach out for a connection, and And on the flip side of that, when somebody asks to connect with me, I don't automatically just click the accept button. I will go and look at their profile.
Right.
I'll go look at some of the activity they've been up to, and in some cases, they've been up to activity that it's not for me. So I ignore the connection request, and that may seem a little harsh, but obviously we can all choose who we connect to and who we want to reach out to connect to.
It's more quality over quantity. You can have, I don't know, 100,000 people in your network, but do you have something in common?
Right, absolutely.
Probably not, right?
Sure. Yes, that common ground. It's like you said, starting off with the intention of making the connection a meaningful one, and definitely building on the know me and to like me and to trust me. Know me and trust me are more important than liking me. I've actually worked with people before that actually don't like me, and I know they don't like me. And they're pretty direct about not liking me. But as long as they kind of know what you can do and they trust that you're going to do good things and not do bad things, then most people are good with that. So
Right. And another thing is, don't be pushy. The other day, this person connected with me, and this person right away wanted answers from me, but with no introduction. No, hey, I noticed that you and I have, you know, you made a comment in so and so's post. It came directly to, let's connect and I want to sell you my product. So that's pushy. Always put yourself in the shoes of the other person. How would you take this?
Yeah, and there's I try and kind of coach people, particularly from, or guide people on different guidelines, particularly from different communities or different countries. The protocol, I think, is different in other countries. So I just try and help guide them along and say, hey, I don't know if you know this, but this is probably going to get you disliked rather than liked. So anyway,
Right.
so that's what I try and do.
Right. Now that you mentioned that different countries have different protocols, when you meet face to face and you meet Asian people, we American people, we just give our business card like this. Hey, here's my card. Call me if you want. And then we just take it like, okay, I'll put it in my bag and that's it. But Asian people, I live in an Asian community. You take the card with both hands. You read. You actually read it. You say, oh, I see that you are with so and so company. Oh, that's nice. You actually make a reference. You see the person face to face and you say, I'm grateful you gave me your card.
Right. Yeah. So it's more like a gratitude card than it is just a contact card. So
right.
Yeah, we tend to use it more of a contact card and not a gratitude or a recognition card when they're given out. So, and that leads me on to another little thing. I don't know about you, Gracie, but I actually don't use business cards anymore. I actually use the QR code on LinkedIn. And again, that's a unique feature that we always do, at least at the LinkedIn local lives, is we get an opportunity to share our QR code with other people. So
not a lot of people know this.
Okay. Do you want to talk a little bit about that? That's another little tip. Maybe we should cover it in our virtual as well.
Yes, we should, because like I said, not a lot of people know this, and it works when you are in a group.
Right.
And then you share, oh, okay, I don't have, you don't need business cards, just scan my code and it connects you, and right away it clicks, you're connected.
Right. Yeah. There's I think they call it a find nearby feature. Is that right?
Yes. Find my network. Yes.
Right. So it's find my network and then find connections nearby. And I think the trick is you have to have gotta make sure you've enabled your Bluetooth, otherwise it doesn't work real good, right?
Yes. And it goes and it shows all the little faces and names. 20 people. And you just set the connection.
I haven't seen that on mine, but I've only used it a couple of times, but the times I have used it, it's been very powerful, and it was a really great way to, again, it's in the simpler, faster, better for me. It was much simpler, it was much faster, and it was a better way to connect with people that want to be connected to in the room. You know, some people don't want to connect even though they're in the room. They just want to be there to
Yes.
want to
Like
be.
the time that I met you at the LinkedIn Local LA, I went back to the people I sent the connection, and we click, 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 and
Mm-hmm.
and then I went one by one. Some connected, some didn't, but
Right.
it was a faster, simpler way to connect with people, and then talk later.
Yeah, simpler, faster, better. All right. So yeah, once again, thank you for wearing your fascinator on Friday, Gracie. It really like made a special moment here. So it was a surprise for me. So I know you have more than one fascinator to have.
Yes, I have a lot of them.
Right. But you don't only wear it on Fun Day Friday, you wear it on other days as well, right?
Right, depends on the mood, and every day is a different fun mood.
Yeah, so if you're watching this live and you have a comment, just put it there. If you watch it as a replay, then you put hashtag replay if you watch it. And then Gracie and I will come back and make sure that we answer any comments or give additional information or answer any questions that may come up. So,
So every time we meet in our LinkedIn local events, we build our network of meaningful connections, and some of them later become a guest on Bruce's show, and they share so many amazing valuable information that it's like Asia. I mean, I didn't know that.
mm-hmm.
What is that called? The syndrome, the imposter syndrome. There's actually a study for that. I had no
Right.
idea.
Yeah, and actually, that's part of her advanced doctoral thesis. She's doing some of the parameters around that and some of what drives that. So, yeah, as you said, I'd only known her virtually, and then she came to a LinkedIn local virtual, and we got to talk. And it's like, yeah, this lady has some valuable things to share with other people. So, yeah.
Right.
So yeah, hadn't thought of that advantage, Gracie, to be on a LinkedIn local virtual, and then you might become asked to be a guest speaker, and
Right, where you
that's
get
all,
where you get to share how you help people. You get to share your passion, uh,
right,
and your programs that are helping other people to elevate themselves in different ways.
right, yeah, and that's actually what happened with Sarah. Sarah Canning actually became a guest speaker through being a LinkedIn local virtual and also a LinkedIn local in person. I met her
Right,
very briefly, and but I remembered her, and that was awesome.
right, right. And the people that come to these meetings are always quality people.
Oh,
So I highly recommend anyone, if you haven't participated, if you haven't attended, please join us. It's going to be amazing. And I will be posting the link here later so that you can, and also I will be posting more promotional
right.
information to sign up.
Yeah, so hold the date, November the 19th. It's a Thursday and it will be 6:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And if you see this and can't make it yourself, but you have other people in this, particularly in the Southern California area, that you think it would be valuable for, then please refer them. Please refer them to either Gracie or myself, and we do a thorough job of making sure everybody's invited. So.
Right.
All right. So, what are you doing tonight, Gracie?
Planning tomorrow's Halloween.
Oh, celebrate. That's right. Are you
Yeah,
doing something for the kids in the neighborhood or not?
no, the neighborhood. I don't think kids are gonna come by, but I'm gonna dress up for. I'm gonna do a LinkedIn story about Halloween. I'm gonna share a little bit about my story, my
Okay.
Halloween scary story.
Awesome. So is mom gonna dress up as well?
No, just me.
Just you. No brothers? You can't get your brothers to.
No, they're already adults that don't want to play.
Oh.
Don't want to play with me.
Oh, actually, I find that as an adult, I prefer to play as an adult. It's kind of fun.
Yes, it is fun. Yeah.
All right. Well, thanks for your time, Gracie. And we look forward to getting people on our next LinkedIn local virtual, November 19th, 6:30, Thursday, Pacific Standard Time. So,
Yes. I
all
highly
right.
recommend it. You will like attending it.
Yes. Have a very safe Halloween, whatever you do out there. And we look forward to seeing any of your content from anything fun that you've done on Halloween. So, all
Yes,
right.
share with us.
Okay. So, if you'd like to wait just a minute, Gracie, we'll say goodbye to everybody. Bye bye. Take
Bye.
care. Woo.
Bye. This
Bye.
was